Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss difference between three functions, that is concat, join and merge. We have discussed these functions in detail in our previous videos. So in this video, we will discuss what is the difference between these three functions. Before starting with the differences, let us consider this example. In this example, I have two data frames. I can combine these two data frames, one below the other, or I can combine it side by side. So there are these two methods using which I can combine these two data frames. When I combine this data frame one below the other, then this is called an index or row type of joining. When I combine this data frame side by side, then this is called a column type joining. You can understand these terms easily by seeing this, that when I combine it using index type or rows, I put different rows one below the other. When I combine these data frames using columns, I put different columns side by side. Also, see this carefully, that when I am combining these two data frames one below the other, I am using the similar columns, and putting those similar data of those two data frames in a single line. Secondly, when I am combining these two data frames using columns, I am using the indexes of those data frames, and for the same indexes, I am putting the data in a single row. So this is the basic joining of two data frames. Now let us discuss the differences between these three functions. The first difference is the type of joining. So we have discussed there are two types of joining. So when we use concat, concat can join both types of join using indexes and columns. When we use join functions, it can join the data frames using columns only. When we use merge, then it can join on columns only. So these two types of methods can join on columns only, and this can join on columns or indexes. Both it can we can use concat method to join data frames with both types. Let us now discuss the second difference. Second difference is joining keys when we joined on columns. Since we can join two data frames on columns in all the three types of methods, we will discuss what is the difference when we join two data frames on columns using three methods. So the first difference, when we use concat method, it joins using indexes. So when we join these two data frames, so it uses indexes and keep the similar indexes in a single row. When we use join method, it uses indexes of both the data frames to join these two data frames, or it can use left data frames column and right data frame index to join two data frames. Third is merge. Merge can use any combination of index or columns of both the side of data frames, that means left or right side. So when we use merge method, it can use indexes of both the data frames, or it can use index of left data frame and column of right data frame, or it can use column of left data frame and index of right data frame, or it can use columns of both the data frames to join the data frames. So if it is little confusing, then we will discuss it again. So let us see again. When we use concat method, it uses indexes to join. When we use join method, it uses indexes, or it can use column of left data frame and index of right data frame. So in case of join method, it uses index of right data frame always, or with that right data frame index, it can use either column or index of left data frame. In case of merge, we can use any combination of index or column. Let's discuss it in detail for join and merge. Difference between join and merge. The join method works best when we are joining data frames on their indexes. Though we can specify another column to join on the left data frame. So the same thing that I was discussing, consider this left as left data frame and right as right data frame. So we can, if we are using join method, then when we can use left data frames index or column, and we have to use right data frames index always to join. We cannot use these C and D, but in case we are using merge, we can use any combination to join. So this is the difference between merge and join. Using merge, I can use any of the type different combinations. Using join, I can use right data frames index and left data frames index or column to join. To see these in detail, you can watch my previous videos on merge and join. Let us discuss the third difference. The default how when we join these using columns. So again we are discussing using columns. So we can use we can join these two data frames on columns using all the three methods. So let us discuss what is the difference on how. So first see what is how. You can see this output, and also you can see it is having indexes 0, 1 and 2. That means if I tell you left data frame is having 0 and 1 indexes and right data frame is having 1 and 2 indexes. So what is the unique indexes out of these four indexes? It is 0, 1 and 2. That means all the indexes are coming in my output. That means all the data is coming from both the sides. You can see all the data. This is left data frame data, this is right data frame data. That means all the data from both the sides are coming. When all the data from both the sides come, then this is called outer. So this is when we join using concat. Consider this again, third point. So when we join using concat, the default way of joining is outer. So all the data, default way outer means all the data from both the side will come. When we join using join method, then all the data from left side will come and only matching data from right side will come. So what will happen in case of join? Its default type is left. Left means all the data from left side and only matching data from right side. So all the data, that is 0, 1, 0, 1 has come, and only matching data from right side. So 1 has already come. So this is left. So the default way of joining using join function is left. And if we talk about merge, then its default is inner. Inner means all the matching data from both the side will come. Inner means matching data from both the side. Matching data is 1. so 1 will come. So this is the default ways of joining. If we do not provide, then these default way will come. What is the default way? For concat, data from, for join side and only matching data from right side. Merge, only matching data from both the sides. Fourth difference is method availability. So where join method is available in data frame, only in data frame. Merge method is available in pandas and data frame both. So what is this? In pandas, so we have to use pandas dot concat every time. And when we are using join, so it is available in data frame, so we will use data frame object dot join. When we use merge, it is available in pandas or data frame merge, or we can use data frame objects, data frame and series. So in place of these two data frames, you can have series also. So using concat, we can join data frame and series. Using join, we can join both data frame and series, but the caller or left data frame should be a data frame.